Jump into the car on a Friday night, I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town, I've never seen a sky so blue.
People like me, a nightmare for people like you. I don't know where you are, I don't know what you want, but I will aquascape you.
Should I say welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping? We've got such an introduction here from my friend Steve.
And you're taking me high, ain't nobody like you, I'm not coming down.
I'm overdressed completely because we're gonna do a maintenance session here at Green Aqua, and I've got 9 tanks. Did you know that fish can count? I just learned that this afternoon from Steve, because he saw it on some BBC documentary. The bigger the group is, the safer they feel. So they must be able to count, and I cannot. So I'm much worse than fish.
Talking by yourself and you make me smile, I can listen all night long.
I don't like to let the plants grow too much. If you let the plants grow for about 3 or 4 weeks, you're gonna have problems. So what I suggest that if you have fast-growing plants, stem plants for example, you need to trim them every week. So before you buy those, make sure that you make the time for maintenance. Otherwise, you're gonna struggle and you're gonna have a big jungle and the scape will not be visible. Frequent maintenance is the key here. And Green Aqua tanks are in good shape, but we kind of missed a couple of maintenance sessions here that will show, and I'm going to explain to you in detail what tanks have what kind of problems here.
You're taking me high, ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you.
Diorama style. Did I tell you how much I hate that word? It's a mini landscape which was made by Yuri Syutayevs. It was recently trimmed by our team member Barbara. She's new at Green Aqua and she's learning the skills, and she did quite a great job with Tommy. There's not much to do in this. There are a couple of things that I want to tweak here. We've got some problems with the glue there in the back. Also, there's some glue visible on this rock here. We need to trim these mosses a little bit. So let's see. Okay, as the first step, I'm gonna close this tap right here. I'm gonna also stop the filter completely because I don't want this pump to overheat. We have to do something about this part here. I don't like the fact that all these mosses are very loose, and I see some white spots in the background right there. Okay, I could get some from here. So I'm gonna take this. Now we covered all the visible spots that were white. The gluing is ready. I'm gonna start trimming the moss now. I'm using my favorite ADA scissors for that. These are the curved scissors, the short ones. This moss will start to go everywhere, and I would like to fill up the tank and drain the tank at the same time. We will just keep on changing the water like that because we have a lot of reverse osmosis water at Green Aqua, but if you don't have that much at home, what you can do is that just put a pump into a small bucket and drain the water from the tank and pump it back in. This is Ricardia moss on the wood, and it's very, very important for the moss to be trimmed regularly. If not, then the bottom part will start to get brownish. Hose is clogged right here. So what we do, we're gonna plug in the suction side and the pressure side. We're gonna open the suction side, and I'm gonna open the pressure side as well. And you can see that the moss is being pushed through. As you can see, we drained the tank halfway. We're gonna start to fill it up with the other hose. I want to take care of the front of the tank and not have any plants going against the glass because I don't really like that. That doesn't look good. I'm just tidying things up in the background as well. I'm going to start trimming the Amianthus cuba in the background. I'm not going to top off the Rotalas because now this is the perfect moment for us to just trim it. This is a very difficult aquarium to maintain because it's very small. Let's not drop that in the water. We drained the tank too much. Cannot see the top of the stems. Whoa. I keep kicking the slide. That's gonna fall in. You want a bat? I've got an 88 Pro picker at hand, and I'm gonna use that to just scratch off the glue here.
how do the fish not get sucked up into the pump?
We talk to them. Obviously, they're afraid of it, so anything that moves in the water is bigger than them, they're gonna just get away. Oh, look at this. We're gonna flood Green Aqua. Just moving my fingers gently over the wood and just get the sand off the mosses and the wood now. This is take number 3. I still didn't drop it. You can see that this whole path had opened up quite nicely, and you can actually see the sand all the way through to the background. We're gonna raise the TDS to 120, which is GH3. 119, quite good. So the TDS is good, ferts are in, tank is complete. We're at the second tank of the day. This is a 60H tank. The H will indicate that it's a higher tank. It's been here for a year now. The Hemianthus cuba is really overgrown on the top. So what I need to do is I need to remove these. Staura giant repens right there at the bottom is really struggling. It's kind of yellowish. I will completely remove these stems from here, trim the moss a little bit. I will trim the Eleocharis parvula here, get rid of some of these Bucephalandras. I'll start by removing all the cuba. Doesn't do anything but float here.
I waited for the moment to unfold.
Wow, look at this.
Nobody's gonna make me feel I'm going down. Oh.
There's too much water in the tank, so I need to remove some. Just get rid of some hair grass and some verticillata. This actually wasn't trimmed properly for months now. So what I'm trying to do here is to capture attention on this tank. I saw that people were passing by it, and it's because it was not very tidy, it did not have a story. The 88 curved scissors are much better for trimming the carpeting plants, in this case the Eleocharis mini. I'm just gonna take them out. We don't need this kind of plant in here now. I'm trying to remove all the yellow Staura giant leaves.
Nobody's gonna make me feel I'm off the chart.
Okay, so I did the bulk of the trimming now. I'm gonna remove the plants that floated up to the surface, and I'm gonna change some water and clean up the things. And then I'm gonna do some tweaking, some fine tuning on trimming.
Stronger than ever. Faded, it's not a shade of mine. All in all, I'm doing fine.
This tank is quite dirty compared to the tank that I cleaned before, so I gotta work on the substrate a lot. So I'm gonna use the ADA sand flattener to get some clean sand along the glass in the foreground. That's gonna transform the whole tank and it's gonna look much, much cleaner. So this brown thing that you see there, it's organic material. By removing a lot of decaying organic material from the tank, you're gonna create a better ecosystem in the tank. Do you like our new lighting? This is the new planted tank light aperture. There's a point in every aquarium's life when you're gonna get bored of it, or you just think that taking care of it just too much attention and you need to rescape it. At this point, I'm not sure we reached that point, but soon we're gonna be at the point where we need to take this apart and just do a new scape in it. We're gonna introduce some rocks in the foreground. These guys here.
It's not a shade of mine. Oh.
This is a new video at Green Aqua now. New title is How to Refresh a Tank That Is Almost Lost as a Battle. It's getting better. I kind of like it. So I'm just gonna put back the plants now. Tank needs a big maintenance of 3, 4, 5 hours straight every month. And if you skip that they're not gonna look nice. But we're coping, so I'm here and you guys can see what we're doing and can see how we do a big maintenance. After 3 hours of heavy maintenance, finally the tank is ready. This is how it looked in January. Let me tell you that we did 2 tanks in 5 hours. So we're gonna continue tomorrow. The good thing about this maintenance video is that we can show you different aspects of different maintenance sessions. We have this contest tank which has a number of problems, and I'm going to explain to you what those problems are. I think that the roots are really heavily overgrown. Also, I need to get rid of some leaves from this Alternanthera reiniki mini. Originally, we introduced a lot of Amano shrimp in this tank to help us with the algae. The problem is that those shrimp just love Alternanthera reiniki mini, so they just started to grease on this little plant. But then we tried to remove all of them, and I really hope that we don't have any more left in there, maybe 1 or 2. So what we have to do now is just to remove all the damaged leaves. My fear here was that the Eleucharis won't survive under the tree. And I kind of was right, because I can see that we don't have plants living there, so I will need to introduce some other plants there. In the background, Monte Carlo started to cover the cliffs, and also the Ricardia started to cover the cliffs. Lastly, I have to get rid of these stem plants on both sides, because these stem plants are growing too fast and I cannot keep them at bay. So without further ado, let's start working. How do you call this game? When you gotta step on something and then somebody else is on top of you. Twister, okay, so this is the kind of twister. This is the aquascaping twister. I told you this is a contest tank. Don't do this at home. We gotta do something about the shade in the tree now. I found some Ricardia in another tank that's gonna be taken apart, and Josh Sim, the double IAPSC winner, is going to scape something in that. I'm gonna use that Ricardia now at the bottom below the tree.
Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other.
Microzorum trident. And I'm gonna tie it on a rock, and I'm just gonna place it in there. This doesn't grow fast. It will be lighter green. It will go well with the Eriocaulon. I'm missing this spot and I'm missing that spot. I could just probably put grass there. I finished the introduction of new plants and Tommy's not happy about me. No, I just took 10 pots of plants from our dear customers. I'm gonna start trimming everywhere. I'm gonna start with the leaves. I guess this is going to recover. It looks great. Three more. Alternanthera reiniki mini, because the Amano shrimp had eaten that. Yes, I'm ready with the trimming of most of the plants. Only the mosses are to be done now. I'm just taking off the big Ricardia patches and I'm just tearing small parts from them down, and then I'm replacing them in the original locations. All in all, I think that we made a good job on it, but ultimately it's you guys who are gonna decide what happened here. I'm going to continue maintaining just without the camera, because we want the Green Aqua Gallery to be in the perfect condition for you guys, and we're going to keep you updated on the other tanks as well. This part is for beginners. Let me tell you quickly what kind of steps we have during maintenance. First of all, we change 50% water every week. We do that to get rid of the excess nutrients, to clean the water, to get rid of all the organic material that is in the water. Secondly, we clean the algae from the glass and from the hardscape. Thirdly, we trim the plants. You don't have to do that every week. It depends on your plants. If you have stem plants, obviously you'll have to do it probably every week. If you have slow-growing plants, you don't need to do that. As the fourth step, we vacuum the gravel. And that is very important to get rid of all the debris that is inside the gravel and to keep your substrate nice and clean. We do that by vacuuming the gravel, by moving the suction side hose above the gravel gently. Lastly, we clean the filter. You don't have to do that every week. We do a filter cleaning every 2, maybe 3 months, depending on the size of the filter relative to the size of the tank. And that's all. That's all you have to know about maintenance. And I've got a bonus for you. This is the Dave Chow tank right here. And what I did is I took out all the stem plants that were in the far left corner there. I wanted this whole thing to be open from the entrance. So when everybody steps into Green Aqua, they could see the nice 360 layout from the other side as well. What else do we need to do with that tank? Not much, actually. We need to trim the Monte Carlo a little bit. We need to take care of the Cryptocoryne leaves. We need to take care of the Hydrophila pinnatifida at the top of the tank because that is overgrown. And I think we need to trim the Alternanthera reynickii at the top because that's almost at the surface and you don't want that there.
Setting up a goal to grow from heart.
Subscribe to the Green Aqua YouTube channel if you didn't do so yet. And hit that like button if you like the streaming work that we did. And if you like the Green Aqua channel, obviously. And until next week, goodbye.